All right. Shall we get started tonight, sweetheart?
Yes, let's go ahead and get started. It's a topic that I have
Mm-hmm.
been really keeping up with and following
Mm-hmm.
the past week or
Yeah,
so.
it's big. This is a huge, huge deal. In case you've been living under a rock, and I sit here and read the Reuters article, Microsoft
Yeah,
has bought or is in the process of buying Activision.
it's
Big deal.
it's yeah,
This is a big deal.
yeah.
This is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And
Yay!
awesome! Thank you so much for the cheer. Ooh, ooh. Or is it?
Ooh, ooh.
Usually oohs are only for subs and
Yeah.
donos, but you get an ooh for free, BG, because we love ya.
Yeah, because BG's awesome.
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you, BG. Thank you for the cheers. All right, so yeah, this is a big deal. People have been following it all week. Basically, Microsoft, who's always been kind of a big deal, they always really have been kind of a big deal, is now buying one of the largest game studios in the world, Activision-Blizzard. The creators of things such as Call of Duty, I mean, obviously, WoW, but Call of Duty is one of their biggest franchises.
The biggest franchise, and then they also own King, which is Candy Crush.
Yes, Candy Crush, Overwatch, which is like the biggest competitive thing other than Fortnite. Huge deal.
Yeah.
In fact, there's Overwatch leagues, esports. So this goes to show you the breadth. I hit my mic now. The absolute breadth of the deal, the size of this. And you know, they say 69 billion. It's actually it's somewhere between 69 and 70 billion.
Yes, it is.
That's huge.
We're talking billion, and it's a
Big.
cash deal.
Cash deal.
It's all cash deal.
Right.
This is like unprecedented.
Yeah.
All cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, please get better.
We can only hope. And hello, Burn. Good to see you, Burn. So when Teal says an all-cash deal, that is actually a big thing. That's not like giant trucks filled with $70 billion in cash, though. But it means it's all liquid capital. Yeah.
That's what.
Nothing invested. No bonds. No stocks. It's literally here's a digital check for $70 billion. Give us your company.
Give us your company.
And that is.
And they did.
Big. That is big. Yeah, like Chad is saying here, right? Regardless of one thinks of Activision-Blizzard, the IPs alone, they have a treasure trove. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Crash, Spyro.
They have just increased their library by hundreds of titles.
Yes.
Hundreds if not thousands.
Of titles. And as you can see in this article right here, it wasn't like they negotiated a lowball with Activision-Blizzard. No. They looked at Activision Blizzard's current portfolio and said, "You're worth this much stock. We're gonna pay you 45% more than what your stock is worth." What? That's huge.
Which which is also strategic because Activision Blizzard stock has gone way down. It's taken a nosedive because of all of its problems. Right. So Microsoft actually timed it very well to get them while the stock was nosediving.
Yes. However,
so good on them.
However, even though the company Activision is doing badly, their properties are, like Teal said, it's a treasure trove.
Yes.
So this means that Microsoft is about to become one of the biggest names in gaming. They are right there now with Sony and Tencent. That's massive. That is massive. And yes.
Yeah, they're part of the big three.
Right. And we'll get to that in a second, Burn, about the PlayStation and stuff going to PlayStation.
Yeah, I really, Burn, we're going to talk about that. Absolutely, because what Phil Spencer said is a pretty big deal.
It is a pretty big deal. Bobby Kotick, we all know who Bobby Kotick is.
We all know old Bobby.
He gets to stay on as CEO for a limited amount of time. He'll probably oversee the acquisition.
Yeah, and then he's going to step down because they don't want that guy in charge.
They don't.
Yeah,
but
he's out.
Generally speaking, and Teal, correct me if I'm wrong, when this happens, he's going to get a massive stipend. He's going to be given, stock, whatever, and sent on his way, a multi-million billionaire, whatever. He's all the money.
Of course. Yeah. Bye-bye.
So even though Bobby Kotick is gone, it's not like Bobby Kotick is going away with nothing, a patch on his butt. That's a technical term, everybody.
Which is far more than he deserves.
Yeah,
but
he is kind of a douche.
You know,
But here's the thing to think about too: is it says here in the article, the metaverse arms race. You can follow what's been happening since Facebook rebranded itself as Meta Platform. And you can see, anyone with eyes can see, they're doing this, Microsoft, to get into the arms race, to get into the race for being in the metaverse competitiveness.
Because they can't compete on a hardware level. And they know this.
They can't.
Sony has beat them for years on a hardware level. So Microsoft is going a different direction. And I believe, and Microsoft also believes, that the direction they're going in is where the world's marching.
Exactly. Now, let's take a step back at the statement that Teal made about hardware. You can argue Xbox is better hardware, PlayStation's hardware is better. The fact is they pretty much have been neck and neck. But PlayStation has made a series of decisions over the years that has given it a competitive edge outside of just being a gaming studio hardware thing. My brain went.
Right.
But look at Blu-ray. Blu-ray technology beat HD. And that is a perfect use case of how Sony has always had a slight competitive edge over Microsoft on a hardware level. So Microsoft has been built on figuring out its market and following its market since the day Bill Gates wrote MS-DOS. Took PC-DOS and rewrote it and sold it as MS-DOS. So this is nothing new for Microsoft. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They look at a market, they go, how can we make ourselves unique to this market and take advantage of what other people aren't using and make a ton of money? And in this case, with the gaming industry, they're looking at it as what? If it's not hardware, what is it? Uh-oh, Teal's moving.
I must go! My planet needs me!
Ted. All right, shall we continue?
Okay, go ahead. Let's continue.
All right.
Okay, so the point we're trying to make is that Microsoft is betting on the cloud gaming, games as a service, mobile gaming, all of that taking off, which it is.
Which it is. It is. You know, we made fun of Stadia, but the fact of the matter is that everything else has been working really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, Microsoft is changing the rules of the game. And companies like Sony and Nintendo, who are still following the traditional model of games, which is console focused, they're going to get left behind. Absolutely. Because the world is moving away from consoles like that.
Yeah.
Yes, Game Pass.
Yes.
Game Pass is pretty much winning that part of the race. Absolutely.
100%.
And this is all part of Microsoft's strategy to increase the value of their subscription.
But why Activision? It's actually not that complicated. The next article pretty much spells it out. They want them for their games.
Plain and simple.
If you were trying to do what Teal just said, if you're trying to build your overall repertoire, library, etc., why would you not go for the creators of things like Call of Duty, Overwatch, etc.? Why would you not? And then as Burke said, it was cheap to buy because Activision, because of all the lawsuits and things, which we'll talk about that tonight, their stock was tanking. Big time.
Yeah. Big time.
So, Activision was ripe for the picking, and
so Microsoft picked it up.
They had the tweezers. Oh, cool. I can make it.
Because Microsoft has the deep pockets. They've got deeper pockets than Sony.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of thing that Sony is not able to do.
Right.
And it's going to be interesting to see if Sony can step up to the plate and play ball.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be all about who's got the deeper pockets.
And in this article right here, so the first one was Reuters, this one was the New York Times. They go deeper into exactly what it is that Microsoft is gaining. Now, it does mention something interesting. It mentions Netflix. Netflix is actually a potential stopgap because Netflix was starting this prior to Microsoft's current move. Netflix is a streaming service with streaming games. So we've covered this before, where it looks like, well, is it a good idea? You know, is Netflix doing the right thing? Is Netflix screwing up because they're supposed to be TV shows? You know, obviously time will tell, Teal. Time will tell everyone.
Right.
But now that they're entering into that foray, they're now competing with several things on several different fronts, including Netflix. So they're competing with Netflix. They're competing with the different game streaming services that already exist. Basically, what Microsoft is doing is it's doing to the video game industry what it did to the OS industry when it took on IBM and Apple. It's trying to do a little bit of everything and beat out everyone. And they may succeed.
They may succeed.